to join us here. And I hope that you didn't come here because of ALIE KABBA. I hope you came here because you believe in our capacity to end the failed politics of today and build a new Sierra Leone that works for all of us. I hope you came here today because you believe in the Sierra Leone People's Party as the vehicle to make that change possible. I hope you came here today because you want to join me on a journey to make Sierra Leone a shining light on the hilltop of Africa. I am so honored to have so many leaders of our party here tonight. I want to take this opportunity to recognize a brother, a comrade, that together at Frobe College, we talked about how to end the one-party dictatorship in Sierra Leone and make life better for people. And he went on to help organize teachers in our country. And in so doing, gave them better working conditions. He has served in various capacities in the past, and he has a distinguished service record. I am very proud to call him my brother, the Honorable Alpha Timbo. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. Well, compatriots, members of the Sierra Leone People's Party in the UK and Ireland, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is ALIE KABBA. And you know, in politics, you have to remember your name. I want to start out by saying that I have not arrived at this point because I think that I am the best creation since the invention of ice cream, or that I'm the most educated and smartest Sierra Leonean on the face of the earth, or that I'm better than anyone. This to me is an improbable journey. I'm perhaps an unlikely candidate at this time in our history. I am here today because I believe that it is time for us to have a leadership that we deserve. A leadership that can stand for the 99% of our people. A leadership that has a record of standing up for the vulnerable and the marginalized. I stand before you today with a simple story. A narrative that was written a long time ago. In other words, I'm not here today because I just discovered religion. I have talked the talk, and I have walked the talk. As a young man, I made it clear at that early age that the most important thing for us is to fight for the dignity of everyone. That dignity must be the engine of our politics. If you believe in human dignity, then you will understand that your quest for power is not about you. That it is really about the lowest, the most vulnerable among us. Those who can't afford to be here today. Those who are not well dressed like some of us today. Those who don't make the equivalent of £1 a day. Those who wonder about where to take their children when they are sick. Those who go out there every day looking for a decent work to earn a decent living. But yet still, they are rendered invisible by the greedy, corrupt, and narcissistic political class in our country. My job, my friends, is to make sure that we end the era of the 1%. Get rid of a broken system that has not worked for us since independence. Have the courage to do what Thomas Sankara said, to invent a new future. I am here tonight Because like all of you, and the millions of our people today, we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's just the fact. If you are okay, you are the 1%, you are not going to be here to listen to ALIE KABBA, because you already know what I'm going to say. I am perhaps the most consistent activist here. I've said what I said 30 years ago, I'm still saying it. It has not changed, and I have no intention of changing it. And the reason I say this is that you have to know who you support. I'm not reading from a prepared script and tomorrow I forget it. I am saying exactly what I believe, and I believe what I say. We need a leadership that has to stay true to the values of who we are. A nation that cares about the most vulnerable. We should never forget that this contest for flag bearer aspirant and become the next president of Sierra Leone is not about big egos. It is about the little guys. The people that I grew up with. In a primary school in Koindu, half of my classmates had to go to the villages every day, hungry. And they came back with firewood on their heads to sell in order to have 5 cents or 10 cents for lunch. And they came to school barefooted. I remember them today. I remember their names. And I'm in this journey to make life better for people like those in my primary school who did not have breakfast in the morning, who had to walk barefooted to have an education. My friends, I grew up with all sorts of friends from all corners of our country. And it is through that journey from Koindu to Cornell, to Kenema, to Bow School, and to Frabe College that I discovered the decency, the fundamental decency of our people. From the north to the south, the east to the west, they're all my people. And I've never entertained friends who only think about one part, or one group, or one religion. Those who know me know that I don't bring religion into my politics. The reason is that I am an activist who fights for social justice, just happens to be a Muslim, that's all. I'm not a Muslim activist. Okay. My friends, during that journey I met people who I'm proud to still call my friends. They are part of the Friends of ALIE KABBA here in the UK, and some are supporting other candidates. But we have respect for one another. When I meet them, they are my brothers. The brothers we went to school with, and the brothers went to college with. And we understand that at the end of the day, what matters is not who wins. It's really about what we do with that victory. You know, my friends, those who talk about me always say that he's a radical. Well, I've been called that name for more than 30 years now. Yes, I am a radical progressive nationalist who believes that Sierra Leone should work for everyone. I'm unapologetic about that. I'm also a Pan-Africanist who believes that the destiny of Sierra Leone is intertwined with the destiny of Africa, and that we must work towards the United States of Africa now in our lifetime. You know, when our constitution came under assault by an imperial presidency, too many of us thought that the best way to do was to do what we did in the past, which is we allowed Sheikh Stevens to grow more and more powerful at the expense of the constitution and the country, and we all pay the price for it. I decided that it is important for all of us to roll up our sleeves and to send a clear message to those who want to create a one-party dictatorship on our country. That it's this time around we are determined to fight. And that is why I joined my fellow compatriots in front of the White House in Washington, D.C. to say no, and that we must have rule of law in our country. And I came across the ocean right here to London to say the same thing. And I crossed and went over to continental Europe to march with our compatriot there in front of the European Union headquarters. Why did I do those things? It was not because I needed some photo op. Those who know me know that if I was not there, then something was wrong with me. Because I have a history of standing up for social justice and against the bullies who think that power is just for the 1%. I am willing to put my life on the line for the things I believe in. We need leadership today in our country, willing to put everything aside, ready to put our life on this line to make life better for those who are vulnerable, who are powerless. That is who I am. You know, when I look at our country today, I see a sick child. And people always tell me that, well, how do you address poverty? I said, you know, actually, poverty is just the sum total of everything that has gone wrong in our country. It's not like poverty is here and then let's fix education and healthcare. I tell you, poverty is the end product of a failed society. And my job to eliminate poverty is to take a step back and look at all the reasons that got us to that point. One is to have leadership with clarity of vision, the honesty and the integrity to make the vision real in the lives of people. But I also have very clear set of policies to make life better for everyone. Our constitution is under attack today because we allowed one person to amass so much power. I believe that in order for us to have the democracy that we deserve, we have to end this imperial presidency. It is the one single threat to our democracy, which means that it is about time for all of us, patriotic Sierra Leoneans, SLPP, APC, PMDC, and all other parties to join together, form a winning coalition to knock out the APC government from power. I believe this too, that we must work to address the challenges faced by young people today in our country. We have a huge opportunity. It's called demography. We have a youthful population. For some reason, they suffer from 70% unemployment. Some of them go through college and come out to join the unemployment line. And we have not been able to figure out how to take advantage of this opportunity. What I want to do is to make sure that we have an economy that reflects our development agenda. How can we do that? We must first of all transform our educational system. We inherited a system from the colonial period and somehow went to sleep and thought that it was going to work for us. It has not. That's why we have 70% unemployment among young people today. So one of the first things that I'll do as president is to make sure that we have a vocational and technical institute in every district of Sierra Leone. The reason I say that is that when you look around the last 50 years, all the nations that were able to break the shackle of poverty, first of all, design an educational system to meet their economic development aspirations. We cannot have a manufacturing-based economy without first of all having a well-trained labor force. And that can only happen when we start to train our young people, train them well, so that someday, instead of simply saying we are exporting rough diamonds from Kono, that we are polishing diamonds in Kono to export to the world market straight. That will add more values and create layers of jobs in our community economy. We should not be importing Nescafe from any part of the world when we have coffee in our country. We can add value by creating jobs, making sure that we now think beyond our own 6 million market. I want to see a Sierra Leone that has a manufacturing-based economy as the gateway to penetrate neighboring market, so that at the end of the day, the best jobs to lift people out of poverty, not the charity jobs that keep people in poverty. Those best jobs will be available to young people so that they can become the most productive generation in our lifetime. That is what I see, my friends. I believe that we need to fix our broken healthcare system. The way we do that is not by importing more medication. We're only subsidizing Western pharmaceutical companies. Don't wait for people to be sick. And then everybody goes to hospital.